Hello there, welcome to Modeller's Emporium, and this is the first and what I hope to be a series of modelling videos to help you model. Now, I was asked the other week, what do I find the most difficult part of modelling, or the part that I don't like, or like the least should I say, and that is doing tracks. I really don't like doing tracks. So why do I model tanks? Who knows? But I don't like doing tracks. So I thought to myself, let's look on YouTube and see if there's any helpful videos out there. And I did find a few, but I thought, hang on, why don't you do one yourself? So I don't like modelling tracks, as I've said, but I've found an easy way of doing it, or a shortcut to do the aforementioned tracks. So I've got a Stug 3 here that I'm doing at the moment for a friend. Obviously no tracks this side, but I shall show you the result of the tracks I've done the other side. And these are just basic magic tracks by Dragon or Cyber Hobby. And I've done this, so, and I've broke a bit, which is not very good for the video to show you stuff like this, is it, when I break it? So there we go, these are just magic tracks like I've said already, and I've tried to bend them to suggest weight, how it would have looked in real life, apart from the bit down the bottom, but don't mention that, okay? I won't mention that again. So how do I do this? Well, it's simple really. It's an idea that I've stolen off somebody else, and I can't remember who, otherwise I would credit with them. But there we go, this is a magic track here, and it's very flexible. So how do we get them flexible without using the normal Tamiya thin glue? Well, I use this stuff. Best Test rubber cement. You get it from Hobby Lobby. Hang on a minute, he's got a British accent and he's talking about Hobby Lobby. Well, that's because I actually live in America. So Hobby Lobby, it's $2.99, which is quite cheap. It's a rubber glue, and it contains N-heptane, or heptane, we would call it, and natural rubber latex, and this is what gives the track that flexibility. And I'll show you how to apply it very quickly, because I'm not going to teach you how to suck eggs, because you all know how to glue stuff. So there we go. So what do we need? We need our tracks, and I've got some spare bits here that I haven't done for the other side, or leftovers for this side. So we should chuck it on our little green mat here. I hope you can see this properly. Let's do a run of 5 just to show you what I do, blah blah blah. I've already cleaned them up. Now these little Cyber Hobby things, they do with a couple of sink holes, or whatever you want to call them, actually raised, so they're not actually holes. So I've cleaned them up and I'm ready to go with these. And as I say, there's spares left over from the run that I've already done on this side of the tank. Let's put that there so you can see it a little bit. So you need that, your glue, your cocktail stick, toothpick, whatever you want to call it. Now the only problem with this, I warn you now, I'm doing it under lights, and this stuff goes off very quickly, so I'll try and get on with it and explain as I go along. And this is what the glue looks like. I don't know if you can see that, it's a bit gloopy. It doesn't smell very nice, so use it in a well ventilated area. If you don't like the smells that come with certain kinds of glues, or you're an asthmatic or whatever and you don't like that kind of stuff, you know, I would advise that you check it out first before attempting this kind of stuff or operation, so I say. So let's get with the gluing. Like I say, I've got to go do this quite quickly because I'm under 4 lights that I usually do snap my pictures badly, I might add, because I'm not very good at taking pictures of models. Let's do that very quickly. Spread it around there so you've got little bits to chuck it up on. Go into the little grooves where the little tank track pins fit in. Give it a little dab on there. Don't worry about getting it over your fingers. and can then connect the next one on. If I can get it round the right way. I'll try and get it into the light so you can see it. Like so. Think like that. Now another tip as well is you get all these things through the mail, you know, like you can get a credit card for this and that, and you could be in debt for millions of pounds or dollars or whatever. Save them, because I use them. They got a nice little straight edge. You can cut them up and do all sorts. So save your little thing, and you can use that to square up your little tracks. So again, take your next one. This is probably gone off because I'm yabbering on too much. So let's do this quick. I can show you what I mean. There's probably a little bit too much on there, so dab a bit off. And again, go into the grooves where the pin goes. It's probably the easiest way than doing both. Snap that in. Right, so it fits in, squash it down. We'll worry about the other stuff in a minute. Again, do another bit. Get a nice little lump of glue in there. Let's do it down here so I can show you. Yes, there we go. Squeeze it on in there. And let's do the last one because I'm only doing a run of 5 because I'm going to be using these as maybe armour protection, because the stug is going to be a late war stug. It's got that boar's head mantlet that's going to be going on there. It's going to be a winter whitewash when I finally get around to doing it. And yeah, perhaps I should do the video on that as well. What do you think? You can let me know in all the comments below. You can say, oh, that's a good idea, or hang on a minute, that's not a very good idea. You can put a comment, whatever you like, in there. You can also send me thousands of dollars of cash and models that you don't want and nubile young ladies and all that kind of stuff. Shh, wives. So there we go. So that again is a run of 5. And I always find if you are doing a length of tracks like this is actually 93 on there. Shh, don't mention that bit. Right, so what I did was I did runs of 10 and then glued them together, so I know where I was when it comes to the final tally up. And actually the instructions said 93, but there's actually 92 links on there with the aforementioned sag on there. So there we go. Let's put these two together and I can show you how a length is. That's the one I've just done. This is the one I'm glued together. And as I've said, it's starting to rubber up very quickly because it's hot under these lights. So let's carry on. Again, into the track links, to the pin holes, whatever you want to call it, where the pin should go. Shove the old track in there. Give it a good old smashing down. Do it over here so you can see me. It's very complicated, this video in log, you know. I thought it would be easy, but it's not. You've got a steady, you've got a model, you've got a film, and you've got to talk at the same time. Usually you can just zone out when I do my models and just drift off or get a bit of music on. Well, there we go. There's that track, and you can see it's really flexible. And when I can do the whole lot, which I'm not going to do now in this first video, I'll do it in part 2. Is that when you get the whole run, you know, it just is so easy to put on. And if you measure it up right, or if you get the right quantities, all you got to do is run it round your idler, your wheel at the front there, and you just glue it together. And when you've done that, then it's time to put your Tamiya extra thin cement on, whatever you want to do. Shh, don't mention that bit. And makes it look pretty nice, I think. Don't forget, this is just my video. This is how I'm doing it. This is how I'm going to show you how easy it is to achieve a result like that. It's not the be all and end all. You can do it totally different if you wanted to. This is just a little bit of fun for me to help you out and I hope you like it. So we're 10 minutes in, we're going to stop now, and part 2 will be obviously putting the whole lot on after I've done the run of 92 or 93, whatever it is. So hope you enjoyed it. Make a comment. This is Andy Fettis and I am part of the Modeller's Emporium. Thanks very much for watching. See you later.